While enjoying the mega success at the box office, Aamir Khan starrer PK is facing fringe fury on the streets. Right-wing groups have intensified protests against the movie, claiming that it insults the Hindu religion. And if bulldozing creative freedom via violent means wasn't enough, the Bajrang Dal has claimed that they're in no mood to relent unless the movie is banned. So it's not just about criticism now. You've got people out there actually ambushing cinema halls from Bhopal to Agra to Ahmedabad and damaging property there. Take a look.
Total chaos, disorder and absolute disregard for law and order. These are Bajrang Dal vandals on a rampage against Aamir Khan starrer PK. After Bhopal, Noida, Agra, Haridwar, fringe groups took to the streets and vandalized 2 theatres in Ahmedabad, demanding a complete ban on the movie. Their claim that the film hurts Hindu sentiments.
बिल्कुल गलत है, ये नहीं होना चाहिए। शंकर जी हमारे भगवान हैं और उनको हम आराध्य मानते हैं। उनके इस तरह की दृश्य दिखाना हिंदू धर्म का अपमान है।
The fringe offensive not likely to die out anytime soon. Just listen to their arguments. With the chorus gaining momentum by the day, the controversy is snowballing. Before the row escalated, Aamir stating his conviction with PK's theme.
Well, I think that whenever you're making a film, it's important for each one who is part of the film to, feel that what the film is saying is also something I agree with. And if you agree with what the film is saying, then you are that much more invested emotionally and in every way.
As the chorus for boycotting PK grows louder, right-wing groups openly indulging in violence. But should the fringe be allowed to bulldoze creative freedom using violent means? And who exactly has given them the license to do so? Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
And what really is it about PK that has some of these groups so angry, so flustered that they're out there on the streets damaging property, attacking cinema halls and threatening to intensify the level of violence and anger if the film isn't outrightly banned? Joining me live to discuss and debate the after effects of what PK has made possible in the country, we have with us Komal Nata, film critic, joining us live from Mumbai. Swami Chakrapani, well-known Guruji, who's with us also from Delhi, and well-known actor Nagma, who's now also a politician, who joins us live from Mumbai as well. I want to first bring in, because we've seen so much that has been said from the groups that oppose this film. I want to first bring in Nagma in on this. Nagma, a lot of anger, a lot of criticism, many things have been said about the film itself, which is fine. People are entitled to their opinions about films. But today things went to the next level, Nagma, with groups actually attacking theatres, vandalizing property and threatening to make things even worse if PK isn't banned.
Shiv, I think that these groups belong to the Bajrang Dal and the VHP, and as we see that it's not only that they've been vandalizing and showing hooliganism on the streets, but they've not only been doing it for PK, but what I just saw in the news a while ago, that they were doing it to a toll booth also in Ahmedabad for another reason. So I think that these guys have just, taken up to violence on the streets, which is absolutely uncalled for. And especially whereas it comes to PK, I think there's nothing of that sort in the film. The censor board has passed the film and they have no reason to raise a voice. And even if they do, there is a way to do that. They can go to the courts, but this is no way of showing your displeasure about something. And then I think most of the population who's seen it is the younger lot who's seen it, and people have liked the film, people have appreciated the film. And if you go to these small town villages, you'll see that all these mythological plays which people play, they are enacted by ordinary people, and most of them at times they are drunk, and people, lakhs and lakhs of people watch these Ram Leelas and all these kind of things enacted, and they enjoy them. And just about on Friday there was a TV soap which came by the name of Adalat, and in that also they showed that Shivji was murdered someone and all that. So there's much more viewership on the television channels. So how come they didn't raise their voice to something like this? I think this is just an excuse. Mr. L.K. Advani, who is the most senior leader of the BJP, the censor board is under the BJP, yes, and he said that the film was a good film. So I don't see the reason for this objection. And Ramdev Babaji, who is taking objection, I think he should concentrate on the black money bit.
We tried to get Ramdev on the show, and he actually,
I think,
he turned us down. But okay, Nagma,
I think he should concentrate on the black money, getting back the black money. And about Shankaracharya ji, I don't think he watches movies.
Okay.
So I think somebody must have gone and told him.
Let's put that something. Let's put some of those points you've raised, Nagma, to Swami Chakrapani. Swami ji, criticism एक चीज होता है, opinion एक चीज होता है. आज जो हुआ है भोपाल में, आगरा में, अहमदाबाद में, ये जो वायलेंस हुआ है, वैंडलिज्म हुआ है, क्या आप ये सपोर्ट करते हैं स्वामी जी?
देखिए, ऐसा है, मैं इस तरह की चीजों के सपोर्ट करने न करने की बात नहीं है. सवाल इस बात का है कि इसका जिम्मेदार कौन है. इसका जिम्मेदार ये फिल्म
क्या आप सपोर्ट करते हैं कि नहीं? ऐसा रिएक्शन आप सपोर्ट करते हैं कि नहीं?
बोर्ड है नहीं. देखो, ऐसा है कि अपनी अपनी तरीके होते हैं अभिव्यक्ति का. हमने आज
इसका मतलब कि आप कह रहे हैं कि ये ठीक है, मतलब जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं.
आप सुनो मेरी बात, लेकिन आप जस्टिफाई नहीं, पहले बात तो सुनो ना. एक मोहम्मद साहब का चित्र बना था, कार्टून बना था, पूरे विश्व में को मच गई. सवाल इस बात का है कि कोई भी नेता ये नहीं कहता अपने संगठन के लोगों को कि आप सिनेमा तोड़ दो और ये कर दो. सवाल इस बात का, लेकिन आप जिसकी भावना को हट करते हो तो निश्चित रूप से इस पे ये जिम्मेदार ये पिक्चर के लोग हैं, निर्देशक है, अभिनेता हैं, ये सेंसर बोर्ड वाले लोग हैं जिन्होंने इसको पास किया है. और जिस प्रकार से अडवाणी का नाम लिया जा रहा है कि अडवाणी जी ने उसको सर्टिफिकेट दिया, अडवाणी जी कौन होते हैं? वो तो देश विभाजन के जिम्मेदार जिन्ना के भी मत्था जाकर के मत्था टीके थे, उनका भी इतिहास पुरुष बताया, तो उनके बताने से कुछ थोड़े हो जाता है. सवाल इस बात का है कि धार्मिक भावना हमारी प्रभावित हुई है, तो निश्चित रूप से ऐसे पिक्चर नहीं बनाने जाने चाहिए. और अभी भी उनको करेक्शन में नहीं किया गया, अभी उस पिक्चर के दृश्य को नहीं काटा गया जिसमें भगवान शंकर को रिक्शे पे दिखाया जा रहा है, दौड़ाते हुए दिखाया जा रहा है. जी
स्वामी जी, एक स्पेसिफिक सवाल आपसे, उसके बाद मैं कोमल नाटा से एक सवाल पूछूंगा. स्वामी जी, कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं और कोमल जी बोल रहे हैं कि गुरुजी, संत, ऐसे लोग को थोड़ा थ्रेटन हो रहा है क्योंकि इस फिल्म का जो मैसेज है ये एक ब्रॉड मैसेज है और गुरु जैसे लोग थोड़ा थ्रेटन हो गए इस फिल्म से, इस फिल्म का मैसेज.
थ्रेटन क्या
थ्रेटन आप
नहीं, उसका हिंदी क्या होगा? थोड़ा
ओके, नो आप गुरु जैसे लोग थोड़ा घबरा गए हैं इस फिल्म का मैसेज से.
नहीं, घबरा नहीं गए. सवाल इस बात का है कि किसी को भी अधिकार नहीं है कि किसी की भी धार्मिक भावना आहत होगी. सवाल हमें घबराने की क्या आवश्यकता? धार्मिक लोग क्यों घबराएंगे?
एक बात बताइए,
सभी धर्म गुरुओं ने, चाहे मुसलमान हो चाहे ईसाई, सब इसकी निंदा कर रहा है. जी
एक बात बताइए स्वामी जी, बजरंग दल प्रोटेस्ट कर रहा है, वीएचपी प्रोटेस्ट कर रहा है, आप जैसे कुछ लोग भी प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, बट लाखों लोग जाके ये फिल्म देख रहे हैं, पसंद कर रहे हैं, ये फिल्म काफी सक्सेसफुल हुआ है, लाखों हिंदू लोग जाके देख रहे हैं, इंडिया में नहीं ग्लोबली भी देख रहे हैं, तो उसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे आप?
देखिए, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि जो लोग जाकर के देख रहे हैं, निश्चित रूप से ये जो पिक्चर बनाने वाले लोग हैं, इस पे काम करने वाले लोग, इन्होंने एक षड्यंत्र रचा कि ऐसी चीज इसमें डाला जाए जिससे विवाद बढ़े. विवाद बढ़ता है तो लोग जाते जिज्ञासु होते हैं, क्या है ऐसा. अब हम इसे सुनिए, हम ही से आप पूछते हैं कि जी आपने पिक्चर देखा, अरे कमाल है, हमारा काम पिक्चर देखना है, लेकिन जिस प्रकार से हमारे पास मैसेज आ रहे, जो उसके फोटो आ रहे कि भगवान शिव को जो है रिक्शा वो करते हुए जो कार्यकर्ता जिन्होंने देखा, तो निश्चित रूप से जो देख रहा है तो वो ऐसे थोड़े है कि शराब पी लिया कि ऐसे खिलाने लगा। लेकिन हमें लगता है कि सेंसर बोर्ड का एक काम था कि उस पर कटाई करे, काट-छाट करे और ऐसी चीजों को समाज में न आने दे जिससे कोई सेंसर बोर्ड धार्मिक भावना आहत होती हो।
Okay, well, the censor board has not reacted so far to any of the things. The censor board, in its wisdom, has passed this film. Komal Nata, what's going on? I mean, this is not the first time this has happened. What do you put it down to? Are godmen feeling threatened because of the film's message? It talks about how you can't have andhavishwas, and you don't need godmen, you don't need gurujis, you need to have rational thinking. Is that why everybody is so angry in the Bajrang Dal and the VHP?
I should think so. Actually, आपने हिंदी में पूछा चक्रपाणी जी को कि कोमल नाटा कह रहे हैं कि आप लोग घबरा गए हैं. I would like to change the word. वो घबरा नहीं गए हैं. ये religious leaders जो बात कर रहे हैं घबरा नहीं गए हैं, बौखला गए हैं. They have just lost it, completely lost it. What otherwise explains them taking to the streets, vandalizing cinemas in the name of intolerance? How intolerant can anybody get? And there are courts in the country. We live in a democratic country, and our constitution gives everybody the right to freedom of expression. So what are we talking about? It's absolutely clear the ones who are raising their voice are feeling threatened because somewhere the film exposes people like them. The film exposes people who mislead the common man in the name of religion, and that's a very dangerous trend. And finally, it's just a film which will be forgotten in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So why give it so much importance? But I agree with Chakrapani ji about one thing. Just because Mr. L.K. Advani has liked the film, we shouldn't feel excited and say, now how can anybody object?
Yeah, true.
What if Mr. Advani had not liked the film? Nothing would have changed.
True.
We would have still maintained that Mr. Advani is wrong, or he's entitled to his opinion. So let's not make such a big story about Mr. Advani liking it. He's an ordinary mortal like you or me. I could have loved the film, I could have hated the film. But the fact is that there's nothing wrong with the subject of the film. And I think this kind of intolerance needs to be condemned, and absolutely condemned. And I'm surprised, appalled that the policemen, that the police officers, that the law and order machinery has not got into action and not punished these people who are vandalizing cinemas. What gives them the right? Who gives them the right? And who has said that they are the custodians of religion?
Yes.
Do they have a certificate from God? If they have a certificate from God, I will be the first person to get up and say sorry. Otherwise, I am sorry. I refuse to accept these people's objections. Not at all.
Dagba, this is a tricky situation here. It's the BJP government that's in power. The BJP controls, the censor board, as it were. It's a funny situation. At the end of the day, these groups have they have no choice but to train their anger at the defenseless, the cinema halls, the actors involved, the producers of the film industry in general, but not at the people who passed the film. So that's obviously selective anger as well.
Yeah, definitely. But I would go one step ahead by saying that, I just heard somewhere that Mr. Subramaniam Swamy said something to the effect of that, these people got their money or they are funded by the ISS and all.
That's right, he did. He tweeted that.
So I really think that that's a bit too much. I mean, that kind of thing is absolutely undone, because the producer is a Hindu producer, the director is a Hindu director, the writer is a Hindu director. Just because Aamir Khan happens to be a Muslim, it doesn't mean that they target him in such a manner. After all, he is an actor and he is enacting his part. So saying something like that and going to that extent, even the fact that I took Mr. L.K. Advani's name because he was probably one of the extremists where he took up the Ram Mandir issue and things like that. And even when he felt that this film is fine and there's nothing wrong with it, and as we know that the Bajrang Dal and RSS and Sangh Parivar, all this is a part of all the BJP. So why are these people, I mean, we can see that fringe elements from these people, they are objecting to such things like that. They're getting down to vandalization. And it's not only for this issue. it's a pattern. It's happening constantly for some or the other issue. I'm also pointing out the fact that there was a similar thing on TV. There was a similar thing that had come before in another movie, which was Oh My God, and where God was, brought into the court and he was, asked questions and things like that. So when all this has already happened before, then why are they making such a big issue out of this? Why are they trying to make it like a Hindu-Muslim rift? Why are they doing all this? So there is a very big question mark as to this. This is not just as a one-off thing,
right.
Like a thing which they are doing for PK. But they did this, like I just saw it sometime back in the news. They did it for another reason, because some officer took the toll naka officer took one of the Bajrang Dal peoples to task. So
no, there's definitely a lot of gundagiri that's happening. In the aftermath of the reactions.
Are we supposed to encourage all this?
And I think people are nervous. The simple fact of the matter is PK may have made 230 crore rupees. Thousands of people around the world are going to watch it. But at the end of the day, there will be people who will be nervous about venturing to their local cinemas to watch it because of elements like some of these people in the Bajrang Dal and the VHP. Swami Chakrapani ji, next step क्या होगा? पहले आपने ये फिल्म को क्रिटिसाइज किया, अब आप बोल रहे हैं कि ये जो वायलेंट रिएक्शन जो है ये भी शायद जस्टिफाइड है. नेक्स्ट क्या होगा? नेक्स्ट ये ग्रुप्स क्या करेंगे? किस हद तक जस्टिफिकेशन है इसके लिए?
नहीं देखिए हद तक नहीं. देखिए ऐसा है कि सबसे पहले तो हम लोगों ने आज प्रधानमंत्री को ज्ञापन दिया है और हम लोग कानून का सहारा लेंगे और इनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई कराएंगे.
आप कानून का सहारा क्यों नहीं लेते पहले?
निर्माता है और अरे आप सुनिए ना, ले रहे हैं ना, ये आप देखिए, हमने वो किया है, नोटिस बन के तैयार है और 10 केस इन पे डाल रहे हैं. और ऐसे नहीं, ओ माई गॉड में जो था वो संतों का उसमें अपमान दिखाया था, लेकिन इसमें भगवान का अपमान दिखाया जा रहा है. और जो अभी एक भाई हमारे कहे कि बौखला गए, निश्चित रूप से बौखला गए. सवाल इस बात का है कि अगर आपके पेरेंट्स को कोई गाली देता है तो आपको क्रोध आता है, उसी प्रकार से हमारे भगवान को कोई देगा तो निश्चित रूप से बौखलाएंगे. और बौखलाएंगे क्या? अगर जो अपनी उसके लिए जान भी देना हो तो जान देने से पीछे अपनी नहीं हटेंगे. सवाल इस बात का है कि जिसपे हमारी आस्था है उसको किस संविधान ने आपको अधिकार दिया है कि आप ठेस पहुंचाएंगे? आपको किसने अधिकार दिया है? आप हंसिए ना, रावण की तरह. रावण भी हंसा करता था इसी तरह से. सवाल इस बात का है, जो लोग इस बात को बार बार ये कह रहे हैं कि वो मुसलमान है, इसलिए हम बताना चाहते हैं मुस्लिम धर्मगुरु या ईसाई धर्मगुरुओं ने भी इसका वो किया है कि किसी की भी धार्मिक भावना को आहत नहीं किया जा सकता. सवाल तो हमें लगता है कि इस पे तत्काल कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए. और नहीं होती है तो पूरी जिम्मेदारी इस पे सेंसर बोर्ड की होगी.
स्वामी जी, क्या आखिरी एक स्पेसिफिक सवाल, क्या आप जो वायलेंस हुआ है, जो वैंडलिज्म हुआ है, जो तोड़फोड़ हुआ है सिनेमा हॉल्स में, जो प्रॉपर्टी डैमेज हुआ है, उसका आप कंडेम करेंगे कि नहीं? आप निंदा करेंगे कि नहीं?
नहीं, क्या आप थोड़ा सा एक बार हमें बताइए कि जो हमारी धार्मिक भावना आहत हुई है, क्या उसका आप निंदा करेंगे? क्या आप निंदा करिए?
That's the answer. Okay, we're completely out of time on this debate. I think we've got most of the answers. We don't have most of the answers. And I think one of the chilling aspects of this ongoing conversation really to all three of my guests today is that there seems to be no end of it. The country never learns its lessons about where the lines really are, what creative freedom is. Has the entire message of the movie been missed? Is there something to be threatened about? Nobody really knows where that actually lies. For the moment, PK is a successful film. It's out there. The producers and the actors have said they don't want to react. The film stands by itself. But is that really the end of all of this? Because remember, there are groups out there that are actually indulging in physical violence at theatres. Swami Chakrapani, Komal Nata and Nagma, thank you very much for joining us on debate number 1 right here on Headlines Today.